we're having the 2 new flavors from Red Bull this season. It's the pink one. This must be the summer edition. Yep. Raspberry flavors and some skills for the times when I'm flying and don't want to stay on my phone. I can show off with some yo-yo.
Yo-yo.
I'm good.
Nice.
And then you have the spring edition. I will try them tomorrow morning. It's a bit late now to do it just before bedtime. Now it's 8:20 in the evening. So it's probably, yeah, it's sun for another hour. Hi everyone, here we are back in Bergen with, of course, a cowboy hat after Ironman Texas. And this video will be a little recap from the last weekend and how my race went. Long story short, won the race, but to go through like a little bit more into the details of the race day, I guess the crazy thing with it all were that even 3 minutes before my alarm went off, 4 o'clock, I woke up by myself, 3:57, and I felt quite rested already in the morning, which is a pretty good sign, I guess. And it's not too easy to feel that you've got enough sleep before a race that is starting that early, but I was feeling ready to go and yeah, well prepared. Went over to the race venue and it was still pretty dark in the morning. I think the sun was rising like 6:45 or something in the morning, and the race gun went off 6:25, which means the first 20 minutes of the swim was in pretty dark conditions, and a big mistake I did were to only travel with dark goggles. So yeah, it's working great when you're swimming in an outdoor pool with the sun above you, but in the morning when it's already dark, it's pretty difficult to see on top of that. So that was one thing that I tried to sort out like the day before in the expo, but they were unfortunately sold out of clear goggles. So I was just hoping for the best, hope that I would be able to see where I was swimming in the group, and it went relatively fine, I would say. The first K in the dark before the sun sort of came up, and I was able to sort of see where I was in the field. And I guess the thing is, when it's like a 75, 60 guys big field that's starting together, it's like tends to be a little bit bigger groups as well. And I think we were maybe a group of 15 or 20 guys in who was like swimming comfortably together, and I felt that the pace was quite comfortable and quite pleased with that compared to how I was swimming in Oceanside, because that was maybe what I was the least happy with in the race before, was that I was struggling way more in the water, while now in Texas I felt that I was actually able to relax and swim comfortably. And I saw that I had like the first swimmers maybe 2 body lengths ahead, so I was able to even just settle into rhythm and wait for transition. One thing that I was changing my mind in the last moment the day before were to decide to put on the calf sleeves in T1, and also put on the socks in T1 already, and hoping that I wouldn't lose too much time in transition and still be able to be sort of in contact with the front, a little bit the same as I did in Frankfurt last year, and had a pretty good transition, I would say. I think I maybe lost 20 seconds or something to the quick guys in transition. So the bike course were mostly on the highway, but it was like I think it was 20 miles, 32k of riding towards like a loop, and then we did that loop twice, and then it was like 16k back again from that loop. And for the first loop it was quite sort of calm condition with the wind, a little bit headwind on the way out and a little bit tailwind on the way back, but then we was riding quite steady pace, or on and off, all the way until maybe 60-70k mark. But then I think too many of the guys in the group realized that yeah, you're saving too much by just sitting in the pack, and therefore a lot of the motivation from the guys up front sort of disappeared, and for maybe 30 or 40k we were all just sitting up, and I think we lost maybe 2 or 3 minutes to the Uber bikers from behind. We were actually riding quicker than them for the first 50k I think, but then suddenly with a blink of an eye they caught up, and after 110k the first big move came when Robert Kalin passed the whole pack and went to the front, and that was out in the second lap when we had a lot of the age groupers on the side, and that was like a moment also where I sort of lost a little bit of control of the field, because I thought that just stay in my position in the pack, but then because there were so many athletes in front, maybe even only a few of them were pros, maybe 5 or 6, but I couldn't really see who was the pro and who was like the age grouper in front, so I sort of lost a little bit of control of when the gap was opening up, and then suddenly I was there 45 seconds behind the front guys again, so I had to put in like a surge just to make sure that I was able to jump across the gap. And on the way up I saw like some motorbikes up front, so I was like assuming that that was the head of the field, and then on the way up I also recognized that Gustav was, so I was catching Gustav, and as I was passing him he was like screaming to me, "I got a flat!" So I realized that he got the bad luck that I was having in Oceanside. But then I was just keeping running up and managed to sort of cover that small mistake that I had by letting them get away. And from there on, I was riding in control with both Robert and Cam Worth and those guys, and felt that yeah, I have control. But I still saw that Antonio Lopez was there, and I knew that he could potentially be a strong threat for the run. I tried to save myself for the run and just getting the liquid in, and came off the highway and did the last 10k or 15k back to transition. And as I was doing a little bit of those 90 degrees turns and sort of changing a little bit of my stride, I started also cramping up in my right quads, and I was just thinking, no way, it's all Milwaukee all over again. And I really had to sort of stand up a little bit and really put some pressure with my arm onto the quad to just help with the blood flow, and sort of took like a few easier minutes where I lost again the touch with the group, and I had to ride the last 10k by myself in a little bit higher cadence, making sure that I was stretching out the knee a little bit more and just making sure that I got the cramping under control. And after a few k I felt that yeah, it's actually getting better, but coming off the bike will be interesting. I was able to get off the bike I think like 30 seconds or something behind Cam Worth, and 10-15 seconds behind Antonio and Rudy von Berg, and sort of the main pack of the front guys. And as I put on the socks in T1, I was able to do a super quick transition, and came out on the run in 3rd position, like 20 seconds down from Cam. And I had Antonio even 10 seconds maybe behind me, so I was just settling into like a comfortable pace. I was letting him sort of catch up to me as I was trying to make sure that I was sort of taking the time to get into the rhythm. And then I think it's after like 2k he was like making the pass, and he moved into the front. We caught Cam and Thompson something, and from there on, when he was then setting the pace, I felt quite good. I felt the heart rate was quite stable. After another 2k, I think it was at the 4k mark, I went to the front again and tried to get like a feeling of the strength between me and Antonio, and I felt from there on that he was breathing a little bit heavier than what I did. In the same time I was feeling very fresh, and I think that was from that moment that I thought that yeah, I'm probably going to win the race, but at the same time I want to get as far into the course before sort of starting to push. So I wasn't sure if I should stay with Antonio until 25-30k mark and then do a fast last loop, or if I should do it on the second loop. But I ended up sort of making my move, I think after 8k maybe, and from there on I was able to just open up the gap more and more until the very end. And I think the first lap I was averaging like 3:36 pace per k for the whole lap, and the same I had for the second lap, so until the 28k mark. And out there on the third lap, when I got into maybe 33, 34, 35k, I did start feeling it a little bit in the legs and energy wise, and I think I was maybe dropping the pace, or I was running 10 seconds slower per k and maybe making it up to 3:45, but I was still able to open up the gap. Yeah, pleased with both taking the 5,000 points in terms of the Ironman Pro Series, and also to make a little bit of damage in terms of the points that the rest of the guys got behind me. So quite pleased with Ironman Texas. And also something that I'm also pleased with is both how I was able to deal with the nutrition. If you remember back in 2024, we can wind back to Kona, a few clips there. Yeah, as you saw, puking all over the place. I think it was puking 15 times here on the bike in Kona, and also puking in Hamburg. And the fact that I was able to sort out the issues I had with the throat and keep it all in the stomach is something I was pleased with. And I was also staying very, very high on grams of carbs per hour. So I think I was averaging like 160 almost. Like on the run, I was using one 0.7 liter bottle with a double mix of Maurten that I was using from transition, and then also had another bottle that I took halfway into the run on the second lap. I was doing another 0.7 liters of double mix Maurten. So just there I had 320 grams of carbs based on that, and also was able to add on some Maurten gels as well. So pretty high on carbs. If I wasn't gaining weight during the race, I was probably quite close. And also was able to keep the heart rate quite steady throughout the race. Even though I was racing in 30-31 degrees, I was able to feel that the sun wasn't too warm. It wasn't like cooking too much, and that also gave me the advantage that instead of running in the outside corner, like where we had some trees covering half of the run course, I could always do the shortest line, because I felt it wasn't a big discomfort by running in the sun. So I was always able to do the shortest line on course, and that's also something that I'm positive takeaway from this race. Another thing, Ironman just announced that the World Championship is going back to Kona, Hawaii, to a one-day event now from next year on, which means this year is the very last opportunity to win an Ironman World Championship in Nice. So it's cool that it's going back again to the island of Hawaii. It's great that they are bringing the male and female together again. I think that was maybe the biggest downside by splitting up the event and having different locations. But yeah, Nice is still a fantastic course, and I'm really motivated by the fact that it's potentially the last chance of winning an Ironman World Championship title in Nice. And now, as you can see behind me, I am back in Bergen and staying here for another 2 weeks until heading to Aix-en-Provence in France for a 7.3. Need some more points in the Ironman Pro Series. So I didn't get much point in Oceanside because of the puncture. Lost like 12 minutes or so by that, which is tons of points. So I need to back up that performance with a strong race in Aix-en-Provence. Then the plan is to do Ironman Frankfurt, and then the World Championship in Nice, and then Marbella. And then I should have hopefully 5 good races with 5 good scores that will put me in a great position for the Ironman Pro Series. Currently in second position. But it's still early. A lot of people haven't raced twice even, so but it's good to get like an idea and get a feeling of it. And if you like the video, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the video yet, it will be highly appreciated if you do. Until next time. Yeehaw!